Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay because of internet problem is there. Yes, Rabasgar is asking some questions is there, rightly pointed out, but because of the length of the presentation, I have to see that should be only hazards have covered. But however, what is called as requested as informed, definitely will be covered that also. Definitely. Now coming to this hazardous melting furnaces. Hazards we have discussed, the various hazards, for which we are going to be discussed key safety prevention methods in the melt furnace of industry include, apart from the hazards. I thought that what is called because of the hazards, everybody is expected physical mechanism to be arranged for safety. Now, rightly pointed out by one of the gentlemen, Bhaskar, definitely we will cover that also, sir. Key safety prevention methods in the melting of the furnace industry, where we are talking about melting as well as the casting and forging also. First of all, melting furnace industries wearing proper protective gear like heat resistant clothing, gloves, face shields, and safety goggles, and the maintaining clean workplace, pre-flammable materials, regular equipment inspection and maintenance, proper loading procedures, implementing fire safety measures like fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, controlling fume emissions, and providing a thorough worker training on safety protocols and emergency procedures. These are the at glance I am telling about the melting furnace industries, the safety provisions to be taken care of by the organization as well the safety technocrats in that industries for the melting furnace industry. For example, if you care to take to the in detail specific safety measure series as per the hazards, potential hazards already discussed, the heat resistant gloves, the flame retardant clothing, safety goggles, face shields, safety boots, hearing protection where necessary. These are the things to be taken care of. The PPE, heat resistant gloves, definitely we have to, and flame retardant clothing also to be taken care of. The safety goggles, face shields, safety boots, and the hearing protection. Normally, what my observation in the steel industries or in the melting furnace industries, the people are properly not wearing the what the organization provide the PP. But as a safety officer, as a supervision, we have to force them to see that should be wear properly without having the hindering the production. That we have to see that that should be care safety culture to be taken care of with forcibly we can say. In that nature, autocratic management has to be involved by the safety management without having any compromisation of the shortcuts, without compromisation of the damaging the PP used or without what you call shortcuts and not using the appropriate what you call the CPPP. Definitely, the safety supervisor, immediate safety supervisor is held responsible to force them to use various protective equipment as recommended. For example, workplace practice is also very, very important, where cleanliness and the proper loading procedures, visual inspection, and material handling. These are the with respect to the workplace practices. Where the workplace practices is there, we have to see that all the surrounding by the workforce keep the furnace area clean and free of culture and including spills of molten. We have to see that any molten form is there while the melting of the iron in the furnace industries. Immediately they have to clean immediately by the workforce. Otherwise, the spills will be accumulated. And sometimes it will catch fire also for uh, falling on the fresh molten form also. That's why cleanliness very, very important. Immediate cleaning is to be taken care of. by taking if any spillage is taken by the molten form. That should not be any fresh molten form will the met the old molten form slacks all these things will catch fire also immediately. The specific the workplace safety continuation apart from the cleanliness also the workplace practices what we the continuous cleanliness. Second one is proper loading procedures. Loading in the sense of what is called whether the molten uh, smelt is melting in the furnace in right temperature or not. Taking the collecting of the molten melt in a systematic way or not. Is there any over filling of the ladles or not? We have to see that loading procedures also will be taken by the operator because the ladles to be fulfilled or the tanks will be fulfilled by the molten melt is very important. That is called proper loading procedure. Follow established guidelines for loading materials into the furnace to avoid overfilling up or uneven distribution. You will see here the workplace practices not only for the production of the melt but also while feeding the raw material to the furnace is also to be even. That means through a conveyor belt or through a hopper should be that not suddenly dumped into the furnace. Not suddenly dumped into the furnace. It should be follow established guideline loading materials into the furnace to avoid overfilling or uneven distribution. Overfilling in the sense at batch preparation is there that how many tons it will be loaded that should be only into the furnace the material has to gone and distribution also slowly the conveyor will be fallen to the furnace or from the cone form it will be a very distributive nature not uneven. That's why the workplace practices also apart from the cleanliness the loading properties also to the inputs of the furnace is also very important with respect to the workplace safety. Visual inspection is visual inspection also we have to be very careful. Visual inspection also to be taken uh, care. For example, regular inspect the furnace for potential damage, cracks or leaks before operation. See, the previous day operation is over, completed. Again, we are going to start today, or your shift started today by B shift, for example. While attending your shift as a safety officer, you have to see that irrespective of the previous process and all these things, a regular inspection to be done by any potential damage of the previous procedures or previous shortcuts or previous human errors and all. We have to see that the visual inspection of the equipment by regularly by any damage or cracks or leaks before operation. Before operation in the sense of it is a continuous operation, but as long as the your shift starts, you have to taken care of the one of the safety precautions is along with the cleanliness, along with the proper loading procedures, along with that the visual inspection is also prior is important. The material handling is also very important with respect to the workplace practices. Use proper lifting equipment for heavy materials where the blocks will be removed or the raw materials will be felt the feeding into the copper or the lot of what is called weighting materials will be seen. That proper lifting equipment to be taken care of and not to be used in outdated equipment and all. Use proper lifting equipment for every material is feeding to the furnace or to the stores or to the one place to the another place. These are our workplace practices with respect to the apart from the safety PPE, the workplace safety is very, very important. The one is already cleanliness, proper loading procedures into the raw materials inside to the furnace, visual inspection before taking into shift, and material handling is also using the proper lifting equipment should be used. And the furnace safety procedures, very important. the key of the interlocks, temperature monitoring system, the fume extraction system, and the emergency shut-off mechanism is also very important. Apart from this, fire safety, sprinkler system, flammable material storage, training and awareness, we have to see that they all furnace safety features, we can say. So apart from the apart from the workplace practices, these furnace safety precautions also to be taken by the all the workforce, including the safety, including the organization top management. Interlocks to be worked properly or not, that we have to see. Temperature monitoring systems also, you have to see in the monitor system the temperature properly. Local conditions and the operating conditions also very important. Local conditions in the sense as floor. Floor mein what is the temperature is there. The distributive control system in the operating system in the AC room is there where the temperature both are should be equal. By walkie-talkie, they have to confirm the temperature monitoring system also. Whether it is in system or not, we have to see. Even degrees is not supposed to be differences has to come. That's why the fumes extraction also and the emergency setup mechanism. First of all, interlocks, you see, the interlocks, you have to see that properly is working or not. Install safety interlocks to prevent the unintended operations like automatic shut-off or in case of overheating or malfunction. It already says in the proper overloading process is not maintained. Immediately we have to stop the procedure and see that even distribution, uneven distribution make to even distribution and see that overfilling will not be there. Like that interlock suddenly we have to operate and see that it should be operated or not. Install safety interlocks to prevent unintended operations like automatic shut-off in case of the overheating or malfunctions. We can say overheating or we can say the uneven distribution. Whatever the vertical unevens are there, interlock should be worked properly. And we have to see that it should be properly in place or not, we have to see. That is a furnace safety features here is. The temperature monitoring system here is implement accurate temperature monitoring system to maintain safe operating temperature checks. We will maintain as per the SOP. But there should not be any difference in the distributive control system in the monitor. What is the temperature is indicating by the operator of who is working, who is what is called observing in the DCS system, distributed control system. The local also the same local gauge, temperature gauge also showing the same temperature. Otherwise, it will give a misunderstanding of uh, 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 the people between the workforce in the floor as well as the DCS system. That should be taken care of. The accurate temperature monitoring system as per the SOP we have to maintain. Sometimes if anything is malfunctioning is there, we have to confirm which is right. Whether local temperature, local gauge is showing right or the what is called distributed control system is right, that you have to expertise as to implement the immediate step and see that interlock should be properly worked and see that the temperature should be optimum designed to be maintained without hindering of the any furnace operation. That is experience will be taken care of. The fume extraction also. For example, if you see the fume extraction system, like dust extraction system also, there is a fume extraction system also to work in the melting of the furnace industries, whether it properly functions, their fans, their motor, the ductings without having any leakage and all. That should be seen, that fume extraction. We have to see that install efficient fume extraction systems to control hazardous fumes and emissions. This means like dust extraction system, as I told, the fume extraction system also to be taken care of in the furnace safety features. Coming to the emergency shut-off mechanism. Here is one is interlock, another is emergency shut-off. Where the emergency shut-off is required, ensure quick access to emergency shut-off switches. Interlock is different as well as the emergency shut-off is different. You know that interlock means we have to see that process should be, that particular process should be stopped and whether the interlock is working or not. Conveyor belts and all these things, like instrument is working, is not. Like this we have to see. Emergency shut-off means we have to stop the process itself, ensure quick access shut-off switches nearby workforce. That we have to see very, very important step that where the emergency shut-off switch is there, every workforce should know, and also very nearer to or not nearer, but it's very easy to access or easy to go and operate the shut-off mechanism if necessary. That is very, very important area as compared to PPE, as compared to the workplace safety, furnace safety features also very, very important areas. The continuation of the furnace safety is fire safety. Fire extinguishers, safety, fire safety means fire extinguishers and sprinkler systems, flammable material storage, training and education, training and awareness. Like this, we have to see. Fire safety means fire extinguishers. Keep appropriate fire extinguishers readily available near the furnace area. Everybody is having the fire extinguishers, no doubt, but what extent of access to go by the employee to reach that fire extinguisher, to take that fire extinguisher to operate? This is the doubt, main doubt, because the access and ingress we have to be taken care of. Access means we have to see that the proper access is there to pick up the fire extinguisher. Ingress means the corridors as well as the balconies or narrow space should not be there where the fire extinguishers are readily available near the furnace areas. We have to be very careful. It should be clear space is required to take care of the fire extinguisher. Easily can be taken and be method to be applied. It should be access and not to be ingress. That means not to be a very congested place is there. Where the hanging of the fire extinguisher should be very, very near access is there. That is a safety officer as well as the operator. A main operator should see all these things before taking into shift into consideration or taking to shift in their hands. The sprinkler system is also nearby. Definitely, the water sprinkler system should be definitely work. Definitely, it is there, but functioning is doubt. You have to see that functioning is also 100%. That's why while attending this shift, not only the process operator of the or the all workforce, including the safety persons, they have to see that all the sprinkler system is working or not within the workforce. For example, are they especially in the melting furnaces where the heat is involved is more, you have to see that automatic sprinkler system high risk areas to be definitely work properly.
Sir, media is water or other?
Pardon, sir?
For extinguisher, media is water?
Only water, sir. Only water, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Because of various fumes are there, we cannot use the what is called other fire extinguishers, sir, yearly. Flammable material storage is there. It is also very important. The storage of the flammable materials away from this furnace, that is very, very important. Any doubts, sir? Okay. Any doubts, please? Thank you. No doubt, after the sprinkler system, the flammable materials, we have to see that nearby. We should not, because various additives are there where we are using in the melting furnaces are there. That flammable material should not near to that furnace area and should be taken care of by all the workforce, including the safety persons. That is a common sense point, but what can do the organization provided the source material like this? Immediately want you keep nearby like this, they will told. But we cannot simply store the flammable materials nearby furnace area. We have to see that some barricade or some wall is there to be taken care of to store the flammable materials nearby furnace. Training awareness not is told, but it is very important area. The safety training and regular safety meetings, both are very, very important. The safety training will provide a comprehensive safety training to all furnace operators, including proper PPE usage, emergency procedures, and hazard identifications. Safety training means simply telling you wear PPE, you wear PPE, you wear what is called this thing, you have to do like this, you have to do like this, your SOP is like this. Not like this. Always we have to keep on by telling. The safety has to come from the top to bottom, not from bottom to top. That is a fundamental. So as a management step, we have to see that the safety training is not a simple a training, how to do it, what to do it. SOP is there. You practice SOP. As per SOP is not the training, sir. Provide a comprehensive safety trainings. Comprehensive means a full detailed to all furnace operators, including assistant operators, including crane operators. Proper PPE is used, and also the emergency procedures. Normally, these emergency procedures in the training department, wording. Why should you take that much of time? No, we have to always tell, along with the PPE usage in this type of the red category industries, in the type of the hot areas and all this, where the hazards are prone to happen. Where the hazards are prone to happen means risks are many. Emergency procedures, not only PPE usage, but also emergency procedures. Hazard identification risk assessment is also always remembering to those people. We have to see that what happened if not doing, what happened if not doing. Like this, what is the controls you have, what is the existing controls, what is the proposed controls, whether the existing controls is work in progress or not, the proposed controls is yet to be installed. Like this, we have to tell the people if anything is there, they have to see that also. And coming to this regular safety meetings, like I told you, the safety subcommittee meetings conducted by the every month by the department as per the Factories Act. Safety meetings as per the Factories Act every 3 months conducted by the top management. CEO has to conduct. That's what the regular safety meetings to be conducted. Conduct regular safety meetings to discuss safety corners of the best practices. We have to see that good management practices adopted by the top management, but what are the best practices with respect to the melting furnace industries, we have to discuss in the safety meeting also as a part of the agenda. Therefore, the regular safety meeting means monthly meeting, that is safety subcommittee meeting at the department levels. Safety meetings are there, safety committee meetings are there. Here, 3 months that is conducted by the top management. Like that, the next one is process of casting. We already discussed in this type of training and all. And coming to the chemical safety, where we can say the safety prevention methods in the casting furnace uh, uh, include how the lines are coming, I don't know. I'm sorry. How the lines are coming, I don't know. The safety prevention methods in the casting furnace industry. One is melting furnace is over. The casting furnace, because Lakshmi Sampar rightly questioned, the safety preventions also is to be discussed is very important. But because of timeline, definitely I'll cover this also. Thank you very much, sir. Lakshmidas garu, but remind me to cover this also. The first, the melting furnace is over. Second one is casting furnace industries. We have to see that personal protective equipment, machine guards, lockout tagged, because this is the casting. We can say the casting. That means we have to pour the molten metal into the cast molds. That we have to think. Earlier is melting furnaces. Now this casting. That means casting making is not even pouring also. Only cast making. That means we have to prepare the molds. Personal protective equipment, machine guards, lockout tagout procedures, temperature control, moisture control, hazard assessment, environmental regulations, and the we can say the heat stress, vibration, what we call this machinery inspection is also important. So when compared to the melting furnace, a lot of things to be taken care of, whereas the casting furnace is very little much to be taken care of. But the personal protective equipment normally wear gloves, goggles, aprons, respirators, earplugs, earmuffs to protect from fumes, hot metals, and noises. The machine guards also prevent accidents from moving parts, heavy machinery, and the high temperature. Because the while preparing the molds, lot of things to be taken care of to prevent that accidents. All moving part like pinch points to be covered by the guards or not. We have to see that heavy machinery and the high temperature area also will be the guard is there or not. We have to see lockout tagout procedure. That means LOTO procedure to be involved. That means isolate energy sources and secure them with locks and tags to prevent accidents startup. Here, the LOTO normally is all industries, 90% of the industries, they will be taken care of. In 10%, they are taking not necessary in the casting furnace industry. Sorry, the melting furnace industries, casting furnace industries, the forging industry, cast roll, hot roll, cold roll, whatever the what is called the cast, the melting process is there, are handling with the molten melt. They are definitely the things to be taken care of very seriously in part of the with respect to the safety point of view. Otherwise, first of all, the safety engineer or safety supervisor will be pointed out rather than the process operator. This is normal practice of the organization, which we cannot. But the only some people know that a safety officer is only a facilitator. That bring to them very clearly in our industry. First of all, safety officer is not a provision of safety; it's a safety facilitator. That should be a almost digest by the all the employees. That is in your hand only. It is happening. As a safety officer, to tell those people, I am a facilitator. That's all. Whatever the facility you want, whatever the convenient procedure or convenient facility I am providing to you, place unsafe or safe acts, safe conditions I can provide. But it's not myself as run your procedure, myself as operate your truck, a crane, or operate your uh, the goggles inspection. You have to see that your goggles is perfectly work or not. It is not my job. Like this, they have to educate every day, every hour. Then only what I observed in the corporate offices, the safety officer is very leisure, no tension at all in corporate offices. Because the corporate practices in such a way, they are a facilitator, that's all. When management is not pointing out the safety officer also, first of all, the point out by the head of the department of the process, first of all. That's why we have to Indian culture also to be changed. In almost all, still Indian culture has not changed with respect to safety also. Safety officer is always struggled everywhere, sir. I'm sorry to tell you. Everywhere I struggled. During my industry, I told so many times in the HRD department, in HR department, in the PNE department, the safety officer is a facilitator only. He is not having our co-employee. Though a co-employee of the process, he is only a facilitator. You also tell your workforce to make that safety culture in your organization. Otherwise, always every 24 hours, your struggleness will not be reduced. I'm sorry to tell you. Apart from this, sorry, temperature controls also see prevent runaway reactions, fires, explosions, and equipment failures. In the casting furnace process, the temperature is very, very important to get the good mold shape. And the mold shape is not good while pouring the melt. The mold itself is breaking or having the cracks. The whole product is waste. That's why the temperature control storing of your molten melt in your prepared casting is suitable. That's why the temperature control while preparing the casting is very, very important to withstand the highly tempered or temperatured for molten melt will be stored in the casting model. That's why you have to be taken care of. Moisture control also. You prepared yesterday, today by some reason the rainy season is there. Still the mold or casting model mold shaped is not having the dry. It's very dangerous. That's why keep moisture out of the charge material. We used to see that what is the material going to be charged in the cast model by the melt. The cast model or the inside the cast model or inside the surface of the cat should not be wet. It should be dried enough. Otherwise, your mold or will be damaged. As it can cause the explosions also sometimes because the sudden temperature is having the 2000 degrees centigrade, for example, above 2000 degrees centigrade for your molten form. While pouring, the cast iron is having contained some